Hello everyone, I'm going to be covering what I did, and then I'm just going to take a break from programming and play with the particle Niagara system because I'm tired of programming. So I think where I left off was, what was I doing? Getting the spawner working, that's what I was doing. So I'm going to take a look at my character spawner. It's very simple, it just takes just has two blueprints, one for spawning the character and then just getting the number of characters. I also needed to load in all the characters and abilities, so I have a list of all the characters that are available in the game, and who to spawn and what they look like. So real quick, the constructor loads the two data tables, so the ability table, and then checks if it succeeded. If it did, then we load, what do we do here? Oh, we iterate over them because it returns a pointer when it's loaded and it expects you to copy them. So you basically dereference it and then add it to your T array. So yeah, that's what that does. And then the same thing for the characters, just load over it. It's almost exactly the same code. So yeah. Oh, and it's super small. I apologize. Let's make that so you can actually read it. Boop. Don't really need this anymore. Right, so yeah, once again, load the data tables, create a T array to store it, iterate over them, add it, same thing for characters, and then we should be ready to go. Num characters just returns the num of the array, and then we're good from that. Spawn actors, where the actual logic of this class is. It takes an owner, which we probably don't need because our setup's a little bit weird in that usually you have a, how's it go? It goes player controller to a pawn or player character. And I'm not really using the pawn in the sense of you are taking control of a pawn and moving it around, and then that pawn is actually the character you're playing. So if you think about like a first-person shooter or a third person where you're moving a character, it's not like that. We're just this kind of being that's floating in above the map, and then we're going to click on actors and then tell them what to do. So it doesn't follow the usual flow of taking control of a character that is most common with Unreal, which adds a little bit of complexity, but also adds a little bit of simplification because the movement's all really handled by the server. We do need to do it on the client as well, just to track where we're going and set up a buffer of points that we're going to go to. But for the most part, it's, yeah, we're being told where to go by the server once it resolves. Anyways, where was I? Spawn character. So make sure we got the characters. We are passed a character ID and a transform, which contains the location data in the world. It contains the scale and the rotation. So XYZs for all of those. So with that information, we iterate over our characters. We match the character ID if we get it. Check to make sure we actually got one that's not invalid. We can't do null checks because characters are not pointers here. They're just F structs, which I was having weird issues adding pointers for F structs. I don't know if it's like a limitation or on purpose for Unreal, or I'm just using T arrays wrong. I don't know, whatever. But this seems to be the way to do it. So that's what I'm doing. Next, we call spawn actor deferred. So there's a couple of ways of spawning actors. I chose deferred because I need to initialize the character. So spawn actor deferred takes in the location information and who the owner is. We create this kind of base character, and then we initialize it with the character data. So we're actually passing that struct across to the base character class over here, and then it can pull out the static mesh and the material instance that's needed. And then we call finish spawning, and we pass the location again for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah, that's the spawning stuff. The character, I don't think I had really working before, but now it is, where the characters, very similar to the way that was set up in Phaser, where we're going to have a movement component and probably an attack component, as well as all of the ability data and everything else that the character needs to know about itself. So the character on constructor, we do want to tick, which means that every we're going to render this, we first create a capsule component, which is basically for collision detection. We set that to the root component, which is a common thing to do. You want your capsule component to be the root component. And then I'm creating a movement component, but I can't attach it to the root component because it's not a useScene component. It's a different type of component. So you're not allowed to, or they just don't support having that because it doesn't really make sense. If it's not being rendered or anything, it doesn't need to be attached to the actor. Then we register it, and then the initialization, this is where we're getting that struct data, where we make sure that we can get the static mesh components and we have a proper material. We set the material as well as the mesh. This I just added because I'm getting the on-click event set, which is going to be necessary to actually move the character or select the character, and then the HUD will display that character's abilities. You can select them, do all your stuff, and then select your movement as well. So, but right now I don't really have a player controller, so there's no way for me to click on it. You're just this floating object in the world. So that's kind of something that I need to work on next. We attach the component to the root component, which again is the capsule component, and then we register it, and that's pretty much all it is. And then the tick is right now just that floating lerp between those 2 points. Yeah, that's that. Oh, and also I ported over most of the pathing code, so that's all in. I haven't tested it yet. I haven't even used it or called it yet. But again, it's the same exact code we've seen 3 times now in Go, TypeScript, and now C++. Yeah, as well as the point2D class and the points class, which is the kind of container for points that we're using to keep track of visited nodes and calculate which ones. Whoa, that's annoying. Gonna turn that little phony thing off, or not, you know. Come on, phone. Focus time. Do not disturb. Go away. Jeez. Anyways. So, yep, points are all in. Everything else, I don't think I needed to add anything else for the battle level. I will need to add for movement. If you remember back when I was doing things in Phaser, I was adding lines for the paths. So I think what I'm going to do is create a spline component, or a spline component. The spline component is basically like a path that you can set, and then you can assign meshes to that. So it's going to have this kind of line and then a plane or a cube that's squished down, and then it'll highlight the path that you're going to move in. So if you've ever played Atlas Reactor, they had this very nice looking emissive line that would show up when you clicked the cell that you want to go to, or the tile. So I'm going to recreate that, but I don't know how to do that yet. So I'm still going to learn how to set the spline. I also don't have mapping between the XY coordinates of the integer values as well as the XY coordinates of the actual world information, which is pixels or whatever it is, or units, it's meters. So that's going to be interesting, but again, I'm getting a little burned out on the programming, especially with C++, because it's just exhausting. So I kind of want to take a break from C++, to be honest. I miss my Go. Anyways, the other thing I want to look at is the particle system. Oh, no, sorry. One other thing that I did get done was spawning characters. Now that I got the character spawner working, I wanted to get the ring of characters to spawn. So that is in my menu system. Oh, I think I'm in menu level. So let's take a look. This was done in blueprints just because it doesn't really make sense to make an entire class for this. It's a pretty straightforward blueprint. Unfortunately, can't zoom in anymore. Anyways, begin play. We get our game instance. That loads the menu. That stuff all stay the same. But what we do is we cast the game mode, which you can get from anywhere, to our battle game mode base, which has a reference to our spawner. If we go to the code, game mode base, battleometry, movement, nope. game mode base. This just has a blueprint read-only of our character spawner, and on constructor it creates it, and then yeah, it basically makes sure that we have it. So C++ is very straightforward, but that game mode base is going to be shared across every level, so I don't want to put too much specific logic in there just for like the menu stuff, which is why I put it into the blueprint level. So if you go to blueprints, oh, these are so small you can't see them, but this thing right here, open level blueprint, will bring you this, and then you can just set on the begin play. It creates the menu. We get our character spawner, get the number of characters, we iterate over them in a for loop, getting the index, and then we take the index, we multiply it by 360 degrees, because that's a circle, and then we make a rotator of that to get the z index. We get the forward vector, which is the line. We multiply that by the radius of the circle, and then from the center of that we add it to the center, so again it's going in each direction around 360 degrees. That's creating the location value, which we then pop into our spawn character, and it spawns at the location. So when we hit play, we get a nice circle of all of our little dudes floating in the air. One thing I did notice, actually two things I did notice, is one, the glow on this cube seems kind of excessive, so I want to tone that down. The other thing I noticed is that the scale of these two seems massive compared to the other ones. Like these guys seem pretty small, but these guys are just huge. So I'll probably need to add into my, data table, the scaling rate as well, just so I can mush those, because yeah, they're just too large. So yeah, that's what happens when you press play, which is pretty neat. Level stuff I didn't work on too much. Again, it's just been porting stuff and doing all that jazz. So where was the levels, battleground level, right? So what I'm thinking for the camera or the player is the input system will have basically a blocking volume, or a volume that's around this level. I'll probably need to calculate it based off the size of the map, because maps are going to be different sizes and dimensions. But the forwards and backwards and left and rights will move like this. You might be locked into a particular angle of the view. One benefit of doing that is I can probably get rid of some of these weird angle issues I get with the like kind of shearing, and you get these jagged lines. Again, you can't really see my curve, but look at these lines on the top, you'll probably see tiny little dots. If I force it to be kind of straight, in some cases, it depends. Again, I'm going to have to go by angle still to get that to work properly. But I want to get it locked like this, so you're looking at the battleground. And then you can zoom in and out a little bit, but for the most part, you're going to be locked to this volume. So that's kind of my plans for camera angles and views. So what I want to do today, now that that's pretty much out of the way, is just play around with the FX system, the Niagara Particle System, because I've never played with it. So we're going to figure out what that looks like. So I think the recommendation is to create a NiagaraFX directory. I'll probably delete this, so I guess it's not too important. But we're going to make a new FX, and we need to make a Niagara system. Okay, so the options are new system from selected emitters. Choose a mix of emitters inherited and emitter templates, no inheritance. New system from a template or behavior example, copy existing, create empty system. I am going to go with new system from a template behavior example. What is behavior? Hold on, let's go back. Let's look at the other one too. New system from a selected emitters. Okay, there's more options here. I'm going to go with this one. So what I want to do, just for funsies, is these stealth areas. I want to have these little kind of glowing particle effects, so they kind of catch your attention that these are stealth points instead of just this little gray line, which you can't really infer much about. Also, actually these stealth ones, this color looks very similar to the unwalkable area. It doesn't have the fence yet, so it'll be more obvious when there's a fence around it. But for now, we need to, yeah, let's get those. Let's see if we can do that. Ah, man. All right, so where was I? FX, Viagra, Niagara, not Viagra, Niagara system. New system. So I think I want upward mesh burst. Burst of meshes spawning upwards and explosive. I don't need omnidirectional burst. Fountain. Fountain sounds kind of more like what I want, as long as the fountain's smushed. But I don't want it to droop down. I just want it to go up and kind of fade out. So we'll add that. Oh, I guess you can mix and match all these. Huh, okay. What are parents? Examples. Play particles can play audio? Holy crap, I didn't know that. Huh, this is new. I'm not used to this stuff. I played with the old particle system and it was different. Waveforms. Render binding out. Really, let me open the magnifier so you can see this better. Oh my god, that's so big. And it looks so bad. Hold on, I'm going to do 200. Also, I can't get my mouse. There we go. Anyways, templates. Okay, let's just do this fountain one, see what happens. Finish. Zoom out for a second. No, don't. FX test. All right, let's see what this is. Nice. All right, that's pretty cool looking. Can't zoom in anymore. Okay, user premiere. So this looks a little bit similar to the old system. Emitter settings, emitter properties. So usually what I do when I play with particles is I just like mess with stuff. CPU sim, GPU compute sim. All right, so the emitter is what's actually spitting them out. What happens if I modify that? Does that look any different? Yeah, it looks a little. Hold on, what if I set to 0? Kind of looks the same to me. Local space determinism. Oh, it's min. Okay, so that's, so if we set this to 50, I should cut it in half. Also, that's the x-axis, not the z-axis. 50. Yeah, it still looks the same to me. This looks exactly the same. I don't know what's going on here. Maybe these are not. Oh, fixed bounds. All right, what happens if we set everything to 0? 0, 0, 0, 0. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Okay. What else we got? I should probably reset all this, just in case. Click. All right. Next up, emitter state, life cycle, spawn rates. That should be obvious. Yes. Okay, that's actually kind of closer to what we want. We don't want that much of it. We do want to increase the base initialized particle. Okay. Lifetime. So if we set this to be, yeah, random's probably good. Min, let's put 1. No, let's reset that back to the beginning. I feel like it took my other settings all of a sudden. Oh wait, no, never mind. Spawner. Oh, it was the spawn rate. That's what I did. Initialize particle color. That should be obvious. Let's make it blue. Yeah, there we go. I can zoom in too. Nice. All right, so nice little blue particles. It's looking good. I kind of want it lighter. There we go. Point attributes, lifetime mode. Yep. Mass mode. I don't know what that means. Sprite attributes, sprite size. So that means some should probably be bigger than others. So let's make this like 200, see what happens. Yep, that's 200. Don't need it that big. Although maybe 15. Yeah. Sprite rotation, UV mode, mesh scale. I'm not using a mesh, so sphere location. Sphere radius. This I'd like to increase. Like one thing I want, I don't know if I can. Okay, there we go. Like I want that area, that cube that it's spawning into, spawn from multiple spots, not just one. So distribution. What's that? Yeah, sphere location, particle update, spawn rate. Yeah, imagine it would be sphere location, sphere radius. Does that look like it's spawning from more area? Yes, yes it does. Cool. Alright, I want to slow these things down too. But I don't want it to be random either. I want it to be like a fixed. Local's fine. Distribution, direct. U position. Oh, so this is just moving that point around. Okay. Radius position. Yeah, I don't like this. Let's go back to uniform. Oh, uniform. That looks the same to me. All right, let's do random. Okay, so random is probably what we want. I want, oh, velocity and cone. I wonder if you can, like, view the cone. Is there a way to debug this? Huh. Random range float. So this is still like 1. What happens? Maximum. Okay, that's looking better. I don't want it to fall though. Cone angle. There we go. Cone angle. If I set to 0. Is that looking? I'm trying to figure out like how far away I am from this thing. Okay, so that's like really dropping. I do not want it to drop that much. I just want it to float and then disappear. Particle gravity force. There we go. Z 0. Nice. Look at that. This system is freaking amazing. God, kudos to the Unreal team. This is so cool. All right, I would like them to wave around. I wonder if drag. Oh, dude, that actually looks really decent. Huh. Scale color. Solve forces and velocity. Acceleration limit. I don't know what this is doing. Add event handler. Render. Alright, so this is just a default sprite material. I could. What's that look like? Holy moly. Okay, so it's a two-sided sine. between 0 and 1. Particle color is multiplied by sphere mask of texture coordinates of 1 and 1. I don't know what a sphere mask is. Okay, whatever that is. Radius, hardness. Alright, so it's a somewhat multiplying by these particular and lerping. Like, I don't know enough about material stuff. I wish I did. No. But I think, let's just pop this into the map, see what happens. Oh my god, what is all this? Why is it showing me all this content all of a sudden? Ugh. Don't show me. Filters. Whatever. Okay, well, I guess I have to live with this now. Whatever that is. Didn't want to see that. So does that mean I can just like pop this into my level? Like what happens if I just drag it? It does. Holy crap. Okay, it's way too big, but yeah, I want it to be dead center. Let's look at it from the top. Where are you, particle? There it is. Yeah, it's looking pretty centered. So I want the particles to all be inside of this, so I need to set that radius smaller. Okay. Okay. Actually, what happens if I play? Holy crap, I'm super far away. And I'm underneath my map. Yeah. It's a good start. Jesus, what did it take me, like 10 minutes? And this is the first time I've ever done this? That is impressive. Not me, the game engine. All right, let's go back. So we need this to be a bit smaller. I think that was sphere location. Well, let's be side by side here. And actually, I want to look at it from the top. So, sphere location, distribution, sphere radius. Let's make this 50. Yep. That looks about right. It's not bleeding into the other cells. Oh, let me pop that on. So now, if I just do like this, and like this, and this, press play. Okay, they're going way too high. It definitely needs to be lower. So the radius is good, the height is not so good. Velocity, strength, cone axis. Where? Also like to slow them down too. Where's the velocity? Maximum. I want it like bubbling. There's too many of them. Where was that? Spawn rate. Let's do 5. And the particles themselves are too big. How do I set the size of the particle? Lifetime. I want it to be a little bit longer. And I want to know what this mass mode is. Unset. A mass of 1, effectively canceling the effect of mass on the solver. That does not help. Sprite attributes. Okay, this might be sprite size. Cool. Oh, so I can't actually read that. That's why. Come on. Sprite size. So 15 seems way too big. Let's make it like 7. Make the small ones 1. Nope, 1 is way too small. 3. That's a little better. So if you're unaware what I'm kind of going for, let me pop open YouTube Alice Reactor. Just show real quick. I guess they don't do it in this one. I thought they had a nice little particle effect. Oh, this might be the old one. I also get to see all my techno stuff. Anyways, Atlas Reactor gameplay. Oh, is it this one? Yeah, there we go. So you can see these particles here. This is kind of what I'm going for. Okay, so they move kind of random. They don't just float up, which gives it a nicer effect. Okay, so they don't, that's interesting. So if we go back to ours, how do I make them move randomly? Random uniform, rotation mode, V, oh, random XY. No, those definitely do not look like they're moving randomly. Custom. No, I don't know what that does. Unset it. Scale mode. Oh, that wouldn't be initialized. That would be under drag. Rotational drag. If I bump that up. It's not doing anything. Drag. Oh, it's like really. Is it doing anything? Oh. Let's do 1 and then 100. Oh, okay. So it's, yeah, drag. It's basically making it so it doesn't move as fluidly. So, not what I need. Emitter spawn, emitter update, emitter state. How do I change direction? Let's muck with these things. Let's try 100. Nope. Simulation, cone angle, I set to 0. That doesn't look like it's doing anything either. Cone axis. Oh, that's tilting it a bit. Hold on, what is that doing? Now they're just shifting that way. That looks really weird. I like that. Alright, so I want him to go up first and then kind of crazy. I feel like there's more. There is more. A lot of stuff I do not understand. Speed limit. Render. Not render, particle state. Kill particles, yes. Lifetime. I wonder if there's options over here I'm not looking at. Or if I need to add another thing. System properties. Auto deactivate. Max pool size. System spawn. I mean, add a new module. Let's do it. See what happens. Whoa. Spawn. Nope. Nope. Didn't mean to do that. I don't know what that is. Spawn burst. I do not need this. Delete. System state. Loop behavior. Emitter properties. I feel like it's this thing. No. Dang it. Emitter spawn. Occurs once at emitter creation on the CPU. Modules in this stage should initialize defaults and or do initial setup. Modules are executed in order from top to bottom of the stack. Not what I need. Emitter update. Spawn rate, scalability. Oh, I keep reading these more. Spawn groups. No. Emitter state. Scalability. Loop behavior. Duration, already got that. It's not spawn rate. Man, what am I missing? Oh, okay. Add velocity from point. That's interesting. General. Holy crap, there's a ton of stuff. Forces. Acceleration. Curl noise force. Line attraction force. Is there, yeah, I guess noise would be randomness vector. Introduce random noise into transient physics force. This is going to work. The module has unmet dependencies. I need the following. Post dependency is not met. Solve forces and velocity. When used in particle update, add a solve forces and velocity module at the bottom of the stack. Fix issue. Thank you. There we go. Look at that. Now they're going kind of weird. Sorta. Force them out. There we go. I wonder if you can apply a force at a certain lifetime. Like if it's a 2-second lifetime, at 1.5 second you make it just go kind of nuts. Like go left or right or up or down or whatever. I bet you can't. Oh wait, what is this? Random noise time interval. That just made it not work at all. Boop. Yeah, like I still want to go in up first. Is there like a delay? Particle spawn, like delay? No, not kill. Location, orientation, orient mesh to vector, pure roll, physics, add rotational velocity. Find kinetic and potential energy. I don't know physics. Oops, what did I just do? Flight orientation. This module will replace the current mesh orientation quaternion with one that is velocity aligned. Banks on turns and prevents the particle from remaining upside down for long periods of time. That's kind of neat. What does that look like? Bank rate. Is that doing anything? Banking angle. mean, this kind of sounds what I want, right? What happens if I disable that initial? Oh, no, I need that vector noise force. Yeah, it's not really. Initial forward vector. Rotational decay rate in degrees. Does this need a mesh? Because it's like right to mesh orientation. Yeah, I think this one needs a mesh. But I feel like there should be a non-mesh version of that. Suggested add velocity from point. Add velocity from an arbitrary point in space with optional fall off. This module will inject random velocity. Don't know. Physics. Kinetic and potential. Vector field. Velocity. Vortex velocity. I don't know what that does either. Beam. Oh yeah, I want to do beam ones too. This will be fun. Anyways, I feel like that's a little too distracting if they're moving that way. Oop. Also, they look kind of big. Although I guess from here. Hold on. Let's bloop this in. Make this. Oh, wrong thing. So if we play, yeah, it'll still look pretty big. But if you're back here looking at the battleground, it's also a little too much. It's like distracting, and it is bleeding over the cells too. Since I changed it. Looks kind of neat though. Well, what else? What else can we do here? All right, let's do this again. Hold on, I want to look at the video again. Nope, go back. That was a good view. They're moving really slow. Like that's also they're going really high too. Huh. Yeah, they're moving really, really slow. Like these guys are going crazy in comparison. Where was that velocity? So we said this like 5. Was that not what I was doing? Go back. Go back. What? That's not doing anything. Maybe. Oh, maybe the force is messing it up. There we go. Yeah, there we go. All right, so the force was messing it up. But now they're not really like moving. I also kind of want to be emissive too. I wonder if these guys can like. Oh, maybe I need a material. Yeah. Hold on. Let's save this. New material. Materials. Material test. And we are going to copy where'd that go? Default. This is a material, not a material instance, right? Yep, okay. Copy you. Don't think, yeah, there's no texture or anything. And reconnect. What was it? Emissive. Oh, they were doing emissive. Dang. Well, we'll try to bump up the emissiveness. And opacity. Oh, I gotta change the type. What the hell type is this? Material domain, probably particle. Light function. Alright, what is this one? Surface blend mode additive unlit. Whoa. Use with particle sprites. Okay. Use with net. Okay. So this is, I should probably, can I just copy this? Nope. Okay, surface additive, unlit, and use particle sprites and Niagara sprites. What was the other one? Ribbon. Ribbon. I think it's just those three. Use light map directions. Same. I mean, it looks the same, so there's that. Okay, so let's make this thing super bright. See what happens. Is it making it brighter or darker? Or is it doing anything? Particle color, multiply, lerp, alpha. 0 and 1. Huh. Let me just... what do I want to do here? What if I don't clamp it? Or what if I clamp... I guess, yeah, it would have to be 1. Ugh. I'm just messing around. I don't know what this stuff does. Let's just see if that makes a difference. FX test. M test. I don't think that did anything. How do you get particles to be more emissive? Huh. Spawn, update. Maybe there's like a system. System settings. What would it be under? Emitter properties. All right, let's go to Google. UE4 Niagara emitter emissive. I don't want to watch videos. Just tell me how to do it. Particle light properties. Add a custom renderer. No, I don't want to do that. Cascade light renderer. Particle sprite. Particle light module. Oh. What's this guy doing? Scale color? No. Light render. I don't have a light renderer. I need a light renderer. Effects translucency, alpha scales brightness. Color add. I'm just messing. I have no idea what I'm doing. Just if anybody's watching. Scalability, don't care about. Bindings, yeah, I don't. Alpha scales, radius scale. I just want to find a value that I modify and all of a sudden it's like super bright. But I'm not finding anything. Dang it. Render visibility. Don't know what that does. Let's go back. Radius scale, effects translucency. Actually, I should probably make sure that this guy's posting an image of something that he got working, not just random stuff. Could you show the inside of the light renderer module? Sure. Could you remove the color add? I don't think it'll take effect. Make this bigger for y'all. You can compensate by increasing the particle color to a higher brightness. Particle update, light exponent. That sounds useful. Particle attributes. I probably should have saved this before I started messing around, but oh my god, I already forgot what I was looking at. Particle update, light exponent. Light exponent. Or just light. Nope, just flight. Okay, don't know why that shows up. Particle state. Alright, well maybe there's something under color. Scale color. Forces, lifetime, location, mass, material. Sprite. Texture. I'm not seeing anything for making this more emissive, which means it's probably. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Delete that. I mean, this seems like it should be what it needs. Alpha scales brightness. Alpha scales brightness. Damn. Yeah. But it ain't glowing that much. What is the value of this? Debug. Start previewing. Whoop. Come on. Show me the numbers. Enable retime. Why is it not debugging? Damn it. I'm trying to get it to display the numbers, the expected number here, but it's not. It's not showing me. Also, it's the same thing. What am I doing? Start previewing node. What if I do this? previewing. Yeah, where's my numbers? Oh, yeah, like there. I should be showing those numbers there so I can see what value is coming out of here. Does this one work? Yeah, that one works. What the heck? Why does that one work and the other one doesn't? Hold on. 8. Oh, that's just maximum number of digits. UVs, maybe it's 2 values. Emissive in what sense? Smells bad. Glowing, like literally giving off light. Trying to get this to be more glowy or have some way of making it more, basically give off light. That's what I'm trying to do, and I'm trying to figure out if I need to change something on the material to get it to be more emissive, or if I need to just do something inside of the particle effects. And I don't know enough about either materials or particle effects to know what I should be doing here. So I'm just playing around, basically. That's what I'm doing. Actually, maybe alpha. Multiply by sphere mask. Yeah, I don't know. I will probably have to figure that out. But, I mean, yeah, it's all right. Also, I'd prefer instead of circles, this ribbon material might be better. Actually, you know, I'm just going to copy this one to my FX. And that totally did not work, did it? There we go. I probably just crashed. Nope, let's go on. Bloom should be a property. Bloom in the material or bloom in the particle? Particle update. Bloom. Fade over time. Interpolate over time. Yeah, I'm not seeing any bloom here, but I'm probably looking in the wrong place because this is literally the first time I've opened this before. I've never looked at these before. Wouldn't be under spawn. Render, maybe? Uh-oh, my thing's going wacky. Component render. Ooh. Sprite render. UV blend. Yeah, I don't know. Not too sure. What happens if I just change this to M ribbon test? So I'll see what this looks like. Just copy. Oh man, yeah, my thing is going crazy. I don't know why. Every once in a while, it just stops letting me do stuff. And ribbon. There we go. Let's save. Oh, that looks weird. Yep, not liking that. Not too much, anyways. Unless it was like smaller. Maybe looking smaller would be better. Sprite size, there we go. If I did 3 and 2. It's a little too jaggy. The sphere was a little bit nice and soft. I could probably make a texture too somewhere else. Although I don't know what would look good. Let's look back at Alice reactors. What was theirs looking like? I think it was just... this quality kind of sucks. Theirs looks like it was a square. Oh, it's kind of squarish, but kind of roundish too. Nope, it's round. It's just bad quality. It is definitely round. Huh. Interesting. Whoa, geez, it's already 10:30. So yeah, that's what I did today. I'm just playing around with particles, and yeah, the idea here is to get make the map look just a little bit better. Get particles. Oh, I can't see anything. Where do they go? Go away. Yeah, sure. I don't care. Would you like to apply? No. Don't want to do that. Yeah, just make it a little bit more obvious. Actually, it doesn't look too bad. I don't know. I'll still play with it a bit. But yeah, all the stealth points will have that particle effect. I'll just spawn it in the world game mode base. Game mode base? No, the battle level. Battle level will handle spawning the world as well as these particle systems on top. Just so as a player you'll know that, hey, that looks interesting, I should go over there. And then you'll be stealth and then they won't be able to see you. Yeah, and I'll add a bunch of other effects and stuff too. But this is just my first dive into the NiagaraFX system, which is really cool. I just need to study it a bit more and play around and see what I can come up with. But yeah, fun stuff. All right, thanks for watching. Until next time. Yes, and thank you for the nice comment, Malzabad. Yeah, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. It's going to be a long way. It's like 90% of the stuff is... once you get 90% of it done, the last 10% is another 100% of work. So it's going to be a long time. But hopefully I can get something playable. I'm hoping to have something playable in 3 months from now. What does that be? Is it March, April, May, June? June-ish. Yeah. I think I should at least have all the movement stuff should be done relatively soon. The abilities, that's going to take a lot of tweaking, but I should have like basic attack stuff done by then. Shouldn't be a problem. All right. Thanks again for watching. I'll be back on Sunday. Bye.